I'm Mario Veldhuijzen. I'm working for this company Innotec in Zeeland, in Michigan, for the last 8 some years or so. And my role here is that I usually move to the areas that are the most underperforming. And so I'm in different areas of the company all the time. I'm actually working on a project in Nigeria that has two very different aspects to it. One is a well drilling operation that we do in the northwestern part of Nigeria. That actually is already in existence for 10+ years, but in recent years, in the last 5 years or so, has accelerated a lot. And also we have expanded the project a bit with a school, a pharmacy, grain banks there. Then the other part of the operation in Nigeria, the other part of the project that we are doing is business development. We have a group of business people that we meet with on a regular basis and that we train and mentor in 4 cities in Nigeria, in Jos, Takum, Mkar and Katsina. You know, I've been involved in all kinds of activity in church and in mainly actually in after-school mentoring kids programs for a long time. So I have done that, and you know, yeah, with mixed results. I don't know, I did it, but was that really what I wanted to do? What I really like to do is to be involved in business turnaround situations. So that was what I enjoy doing. So we had this conversation a couple of years ago here at Innotec, and we said, you know, what can we do? I was invited for my first trip to Nigeria, and I got introduced to the business affiliate in Jos, Nigeria. If you look at that, of course, the businesses in Nigeria, then, and you compare that with, you know, what is going on here, then the opportunities are endless. There are lots of businesses that are in need of training, of mentoring. We think here in terms of $10, $20, $30 an hour that we pay people. In Nigeria, we talk about 30 cents. We talk about, you know, all kinds of costs that are significantly different in Nigeria than they are here. It's actually, in my opinion, more important that we give them the mentoring and the training than that we give them the money. So Partners Worldwide, what they do when they have their business mentoring program, they have their 4 main issues. The first one is training. The second one is mentoring. The third one is advocacy. And then, if necessary, we will provide loans in that sequence. What needs to happen is that we walk alongside our entrepreneurs in Nigeria and teach and train them how to run a business, not necessarily just with money. If you look at Nigeria, we look at a country and we look at 150 million people that live in this country. 94% of them, according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, lives in poverty. Poverty is defined usually by less than $1.25 a day in income. So if you look at that, you know, it's pretty bad. And I am planning to go with my wife and 2 of our children to Nigeria and split our time between the activities in the EKA for the water well, drilling activities in the school there, and the business activities in Jos and Takum, Mkar and Katsina. The most important thing, I think, for stewardship is what Christians should do at all times, and that is share the hope that they have. When we look at poverty, there's one measure of poverty is a lack of money. But it is very correlated also with hopelessness. And there is, of course, hope, and there is eternal hope, but there is also hope that tomorrow can be a little bit better day than today is. And a lot of people in Nigeria don't have that kind of hope. The most impacting story actually came from my son when he went the second time to Haiti. And he made a picture on his first trip from a 5-year-old boy, and the second time he came back and he was looking for that boy, and they told him that a couple days after he left, the guy died from a waterborne disease. You know, that is the story of these countries. The life expectancy of, you know, of children without fresh water is very, very low. And when you realize that, and when that child all of a sudden has a name and a picture and a face to it, then you look at it differently than it is just a statistic.